check, check, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, 1, 2, check. Pierogi, pierogi, pierogi. Nice. Well, hello friends, welcome back. Welcome back to twitch.tv/TrooperBerry, and welcome back to The Long Dark. It's been a few days, but I think I'm ready to jump right back in. Because for all the wandering we've done around the new zone, there is more to do, more to see. Hopefully not more blizzards to endure, but, you know, the way things are going, probably will be. So, what do you say we get started? So here is the plan for today. We just woke up. The weather outside is oh, right. It's another glimmerflog. Yes, glimmerflog. Gimmerflog. No, another glimmerfog type situation. Bad weather for traveling, if you ask me. Yeah, so that's the pile of stuff that we already collected and had curing. Let's go ahead and just harvest that. That's not going to be all that useful. Okay, we got can and pot, so we can just leave that there. Nope, don't need that. I already got one. Haha. Yeah, so most of this here is cured. That is very close to being cured. The rabbit pelts are, the saplings are even closer to being cured. The birch are already cured. And then that deer hide is cured. These are nowhere near close. Now my concern is, if we decide to take all this with us, because I want to go back to the airport, and if nothing else, just drop these off in the hangar to cure with and be close to the rest of our stuff and close to the workbench down in the basement. Yeah, but the weather currently is extremely bad for traveling. And I don't know how much longer this is going to last. Yeah, it honestly, it's just foolish to go out while the weather is like this. It is also odd that we're getting the protected from the wind. You see the shield with the little swirly thing up top center of the screen? That's telling us we're protected from the wind, but we're also indoors, which is kind of a no-brainer if you ask me. And also we have a sprain risk even though we're standing on a flat floor. That is bizarre. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to pop out here right quick, see if there's any other firewood laying about. Because we could use some. And as I did say, it's been a couple days, but I'm pretty sure we we cleared all the the wildlife off of this island. They were all bunnies, of course. Hence the pile of guts and rabbit hides you saw sitting off to the left. Now my concern is taking all those with us. The hides do not give off any stink, but the guts do. We already ate all the meat, so that's not a concern. But pop back in here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, maybe 5 non-cured guts. And the concern, how much stink is that going to give off? Because even if we take the little shortcut down, we are going to go past at least one collection of wolfies and well, I mean, potentially a bear. I say potentially because, oh geez, 16 of them. Okay, maybe we don't need all of those. Oh yeah, we also got all those too. Here, go ahead and take. We also have a fair number of stuff here that we might take with us. Including our cattails, especially our cattails. And maybe that old parka. It's 88%. Heavy is all crap, but it's 45%. Well, I'll tell you what. We have medicinal teas. Maybe it'll help us sleep. Or maybe nothing will happen at all, and we don't have to worry about it. You know, these things happen. So yeah, I'm thinking what we're going to do here. We'll let this glimmer fog pass, then we'll make the trip back. We will deposit all the stuffs at the airfield, and then we're going to head to, I guess, yeah, we did the Vista spot from there. We have not done this Vista spot down here. And what was that? Okay, yeah, there we mapped from that turn that you as you're coming in, when you can you first have a chance to see the airfield. But there's a Vista spot down here. I guess that'd be. You see, that is the edge of the runway. So I guess maybe southeast of the terminal of the or the hangar rather. I mean, this does feel kind of futile because if there's one thing I've noticed out here, when you do get weather events, they tend to be quite long lasting. So I mean, it's not even noon. So it's very likely that we're going to be waiting through this quite some time. Hey, Lily, welcome in. Good to see you. How's your Friday going? Are you are you started on your weekend, or are you just getting going? On a Friday. Let's see. What are we definitely going to take with us? We're definitely going to take those. Definitely taking that. Yeah, we can go ahead and do a little inventory management before we go. Definitely taking the feathers because we will be able to make some arrows now that we have cured birch saplings. Do we already have a hacksaw? We do have a hacksaw. But a second hacksaw. Leather, I guess. The metal can stay. There's plenty of metal over there. We don't need more tinder. I feel fairly confident about that. Nothing there. No clothing. We really don't need all that charcoal. The thing is the cattails.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, I'm aware of that, Astrid. I'm very much aware of that. Getting ready to bake cookies. Nice. Sadly, we didn't get snow. Just got rain and it melted the snow. Oh, well, that's certainly less good. But it's still time before, still time to have a white Christmas. So there is that. But yeah, I guess this time of year, you would prefer snow to rain, I guess, unless you got like plants out there that still need watering for some reason. Still going? Now it's a windy glimmer fog. Okay, it's definitely not anything we want to deal with. Nope, we can't touch that shelf, unfortunately. Well, that's too bad, Lily. But hey, cookies are always a good way to improve one's spirits. What kind of cookies are you going to be making? See, that'll take an hour for 4 pieces of reclaimed wood. That'll take 38 minutes for 3. Okay, let's start with that one.
So tired.
So tired, Astrid Fur, you just woke up. There she is. Hey, Daunt, good to see you. Hello, Daunt. Hello, Chemo. Oh, beautiful people. Let me do the needful real quick. Thank you so much for the raid. Hey, Jube, thank you so much for the follow there. If anyone here is not following Dauntless, you need to fix that immediately and drop her a follow. She is a fantastic variety streamer, fantastically average, I might say. How is The Witcher Daunt? I think I checked out right after the was it the Griffin fight? How did the rest of it go? Great as always. Fantastic. Yeah, I hope you and Jerry are doing very well. Oh, hang on, real quick. Let's be responsible about this. Yen came and swept us off. Oh, there was a Yennefer appearance. Oh, well, that's great. That'll lift anyone's spirits. Chocolate chip cookies, sugar cookies, chocolate cookies. Wow, you're running the gamut there, Lily. That sounds great, by the way. Hey, Zintax, good to see you. Yes, Daunt is very average. The averagest of the average, I think I might say. You turned your back to the PC and the steering ended. Oh no. Also, thanks for the follow, Syntax. Oh, no, we're not doing that. We just want to make water. In answer to your question, Daunt, we are in the middle of one of the new additions to the game. Oh, well, we were. Yeah, we are. Yeah, this is what they call electrostatic fog. Basically, it's fog that electrifies the air. How does it do that? Go fuck yourself. But yeah, so it only comes out during the day. The fog completely obliterates any visibility, and unless you happen to be in an underground location, it will give you insomnia. So yeah, we're we're just trying to soldier through that. Oh, kiddos wanting lunch. Okay, yeah, 13-year-olds be wanting lunch. So no worries there, Daunt. But beautiful people, welcome. Good to see you. For those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Trooper Barry. Like Daunt, I am a variety streamer of sorts. I do a fair bit of long dark, but I've done potion craft, which you might have seen on Daunt's channel. I've done like Backpack Hero, Peglin, Surviving Mars, growing up. I do a little bit of everything, but I can only hope to one day be as average as Daunt is. Right now we're doing the long dark. I think it's for me it is the non plus ultra of survival games. Short story. The whole conceit is that a freak geomagnetic storm basically causes the entire world to crash because it fries basically anything that has electronics in it, and you can imagine how people would react to, say, not being able to get on Twitch to watch their favorite average variety streamers. But you, as the player in survival mode, you don't see any of that because you were flying at the time and your plane comes down in the wilderness of northern Canada. And your job basically is to survive. There's no zombies, no aliens, no killer robots, just you, Mother Nature, and everything she can throw at you. Which, as it turns out, is a lot. Yeah, so what we're doing right now, we're basically trying to wait out this fog. Let's see if we can sleep for an hour or if the insomnia is going to wake us up. Oh, okay, we got away with it. So yeah, and right now what we're doing, we are in the new region that was just added in the DLC that came out on December 5th. The DLC is called Tales from the Far Territory, and we are in the Forsaken Airfield. There is an airfield that is part of it, but there's also a whole lot other. They got some gorgeous island cottages, and basically a whole lot of empty space. We are in one of the island cottages now. It's a gorgeous little A-frame. Well, I guess it's not technically an A-frame, is it? That'd go all the way down to the ground if it was. But still, okay. If it were not for the fog here, you'd be looking out on a gorgeous lake vista. There's got some fishing huts down there. You might be able to see, the mountains in the distance. Now there may be some wolves lurking down there as well, but we're not going to worry about those just at the moment. Actually, real quick, let me drop back here. Okay. Actually, I didn't need to do that. I could just do that because I know we are here. We are in the... Okay, that's Mindful Cabin. This is Island Cottage. I'm going to make a note for myself real quick. Because there is a Have, come on. Word more better. Yeah. We're leaving a heavy hammer behind. It's a very useful tool for forging. Also very good for bashing in the brains of, say, any woodland creatures that happen to be trying to snack on you at the time. Anything we can cook? no, and no. All right. But the trade-off is, useful as the heavy hammer is, it is also, not surprisingly, heavy. And even then, that wouldn't be a problem, except we already have one of those waiting for us back at the airfield. So now I want to take all the basically all this stuff and maybe some of that stuff. I want to take that back with us as well. Because with animal hides and cured guts, you can make clothing. Nope, we don't. Okay. Yeah, and so let's see, you can make. They got bear clothing, deer skin clothing, they got rabbit skin clothing, and wolf clothing. But in order to have that ready to use, they need to basically sit indoors for a certain amount of time. Like, okay, wear something that's not cured. There you go. Like the guts, they need to sit indoors for 5 days before they can cure. Um, the rabbits, they're like 3 because they're small. Deer hides and wolf hides, they need 5. And then like bears and moose, obviously they're much bigger animals, so they need more time. Okay, yeah, we might just have to leave that parka here. It is, yeah, that's 2 kilograms. Yeah, for those of you unfamiliar with this game, there is a large part of it is, especially in like on the lower difficulty levels, there's a lot of inventory management because your character only has a certain amount of carrying capacity. Ours is 35 kilograms. Um, Now you can go over that, but you get slower, and your energy is going to drain faster. You're going to burn through calories faster, and also the slower you move, the easier it is for the nibblier parts, the nibblier varieties of wildlife to come find you, and that is generally a bad strategy for survival. Yeah, this is not the most thrilling part of gameplay, inventory management, waiting for bad weather to clear, but this region is quite new. I say it's only been out a week or so. Okay, all right, I think the fog might have passed. That's still not, the visibility is still not great, but it might be good enough for us to travel. Yeah, close the door. Astrid, were you raised at a barn? Come on. Okay, that's cured. Those are cured. That needs a little more time, but we don't have more time. Ah, the maple saplings are almost cured. But again, those don't give off stink. So that's not the big thing. The concern here is these fresh guts, if you want to take those with us. The problem is, like, see, if I pick one of those up, you see those little wavy lines up top of the screen. That's a scent meter, and predators can smell you. I mean, and obviously, the more stank you have on you, the easier it is for predators just to track you, sneak up on you, and generally wreck your face. So the kind of the cost benefit analysis we're trying to make here is like convenience versus mobility. And did everything just stop? It sure did. Okay. Okay, no it didn't. The sound just cut out there real quick. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick up everything. And we're going to see where we are as far as carrying capacity and stinkiness. Yeah, we're at triple stink. This is that's generally a bad idea because we know for a fact there are wolves between us and where we want to get, as well as one bear. Oh, you really like the cabin, Lily? I like it too. I'm not sure if I like this one or the other one, the mindful cabin more, but they're both really nice. They have great views. Okay, right now we're at 58 kilograms. What can we shed? Okay, well, if we were worried about the fresh guts, we'd be taking 3 back with us. We have 20 kilograms of tool. Is this the one near? Yes, this is. This one actually has 2 fishing cabins near it, in fact. Okay. Yeah, one of them is kind of tucked away behind. It's tucked away behind the island, so it's not as easy to see. But yeah, they're both out there. All right. Yeah, food-wise, we're fine. We're not carrying any extra clothing. Medication, we're quite light. Firewood, we're fine. It's the tools. The tools and the mats. So let's see. Real quick. All right. That one is 95% cured. Those are all nowhere near ready to go. Okay, we'll take one with us. So we're at 51. Oh, yeah. We're also carrying like 4.5 kilograms of cattails, which are edible in this game, and about 3 liters of water. So, that's probably having a little something to do with our weight issues as well. And mind you, all these cattails were collected here in this zone. Okay, how many torches do we have? We have 3 torches. All right. No, if we're going to go, we got to go the back way. Now, normally it's not a great idea to travel this heavy, but I would rather not come back here. So, actually, we're let's not even do that. All right, if I leave notes for myself, because all right, we're gonna drop 1.5 liters of water. We're gonna drop the less crappy or the less good hacksaw rather, because you don't need to be carrying duplicates of stuff really. And we'll drop a few of those. So we got 4 guts, a hacksaw, and the old-fashioned parka. So we'll just add to that. There you go. 4 guts, hacksaw, and an old-fashioned parka. There. Hey, Mountain Astrid. Good to see you. Welcome in. By all means, lurk away. This will be a good. Come on, Astrid. Up and over. There you go. This will be a good time to lurk, because what we're going to do, we're going to mosey our way back to the airfield. Fortunately, the people who actually came here and built this hut gave us this handy little shortcut down the rocks and onto the little cove here, which one, looks really neat, and two, is super duper handy, because out there to the right is a handful of wolves. who you can probably hear now. And so we're going to do our darndest to stay away from them. Oh, oh my heavens, did I miss two cattails? I missed two cattails. Well, I might as well turn in my long dark player badge. That is just unacceptable. Okay, yeah, and that okay, there is I guess what I've come to deem Backpack Island. All right. Well, isn't that special? Folks, give me just one moment. I know, I know. Anyway, yeah, okay. If you see right over, like right above where the little torch is hidden, you can see those little black figures roaming on the horizon. That's those are the wolves. And so we're going to do our best to stay well away from them. And that over there is Backpack Island, so named by me because there's just a rogue backpack sitting in the middle of it. But the main goal for today, because I think I'm not sure of the direction, but kind of like if you're looking at it from the perspective of the in-game map from here, we've basically done explored like up here. Now today I'd like to go explore down here. I know it's not exactly the most specific of directions, but we're still kind of learning the map. Because we hit one vista spot that opened up a large swath of the map. You have to do your own mapping in the game. There is no like actual map that you can find. You got to make it yourself. And to do that, you need to collect charcoal. We get kind of what we're doing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The fog is lifting, which is fantastic. Yeah, this is, picture kind of this vista from up on high. That is what we would have seen, had the fog not set in earlier. I mean, in one sense, it's kind of bleak and desolate because there's just not a whole lot around. But in the other sense, it's positively gorgeous. Okay, now I see what might be a couple maple saplings, a couple birch saplings over here. Go ahead and grab those as we go past, but we're going to be smart about this. Because past experience has taught us there is a bear in the immediate area. And wherever bears are, that's where you do not want to be. Oh, and oh, the game is tempting me. Despite even knowing as I do the dangers that are about, I am also an inveterate loot goblin. And that wouldn't be so much of a problem, save for the fact that this game seems especially designed to punish loot goblins like me. You see that little cave-looking thing back in there? Now, sure, it might look innocent. It might even look, if you were curious, you might want to poke your head and see what's in there. You know what's in there? A bear. Ask me how I know. Okay. Okay. Well, okay, yeah, see there. Okay, so the plane. Actually, that might be the bear out doing a little wander, because or that's just a stone that I'm seeing, or a stump or whatever. That is one of the fun little in-game experiences. No, is that a stump or a wolf? Is it a rock or a bear? And if you're wrong, well, let's say things might go poorly for you. Getting closer, I'd say that there is a very real chance that it is a bear out doing its rounds. Because, like, the cave is where the bear, is basically the bear's base of operations. But they do go out and wander. But fortunately, we don't have to go that way. We're going to go this way. Because, okay, the rock's covering it up, but up here is the airfield. Well, that's a neat little shot. Get the sun going down over the mountains. Nice kind of, pinkish red sunset. That is one of the things I appreciate most about this game. Despite its constant, well, basically it's constantly trying to kill you. It does actually provide you with some very scenic moments and some gorgeous vistas. All right, so if we follow the river up here, it should take us up to the airfield. No, seeing more cattails spawning in, and every fiber of my being is telling me, go get the cattails. You want the cattails. We're already almost 10 kilograms overweight. I probably shouldn't. But am I gonna? Yeah. We have clear weather, which is no guarantee, especially here. I mean, yeah, recency bias and all that, but it feels like so much of the weather here is either fog, electro fog, or blizzard. And whichever one of those happens to land, they tend to stick around for quite some time. So on the apparently rare occasions where you do have a nice, clear day with visibility and a tolerable temperature, you might as well just make use of it. Because who knows when you're going to have another one. Oh yes, and that is the game's ominous sunsetting music. Tell you, ooh, the sun's about to go down. Aren't you on edge? No, no game, I am not. It'd take more than that to put me on edge, and two, I know for a fact the game has more things than just one particular track of music that plays every day if it wants to put me on edge. To me, I don't know if there's any other '90s kids out there in the audience, but it feels to me like that commercial that would play at times, like it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Now that was never a problem for our household because one, I was a big old nerd, and I was always out playing at home playing video games or watching TV. Good wholesome activities. Okay, so the cattail sweepstakes is just about done, which is grand. Um, so we're going to grab these last two here, and then we're going to go. Because as much as I did extol the virtues of having a nice, clear day with good visibility and stable temperature, um, the game has also conditioned me to see clear conditions at sunset as the potential for an aurora. And what is an aurora, you ask? Well, it's when that the geomag or the geomagnetic, yeah, like that geomagnetic storm activity that I mentioned earlier. It's basically like the northern lights, only it happens like on the regular. And when that happens, one, it causes all the electronics to act up, as you might expect. But for some reason, it also supercharges the local predators, the wolves, timber wolves, and bears. And I mean, they're enough of a handful as it is. They don't need the magnetosphere's help to wreck your face if they so desire. So it's generally a bad idea to be out of doors while an aurora is going on. Now, sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes you absolutely have to travel, or they sneak up on you. But in general, if you can help it, and it's getting close to nightfall, and you notice there's not a cloud in the sky, maybe be a little suspicious. I think we are reasonably close, and we should be able to make our way there without too much trouble. Because there are a couple outbuildings on the in the outlying parts of the airfield. There are a couple wolves, and then also several bunnies hanging around there. But I think those might be the only predators between here and safety. So as long as we can make sure our path doesn't intersect with those, we'll probably be fine. All right, there we go. And obviously, as you can see, coming up over the hill there, that is the control tower for the airfield. We have looted, I think, pretty much, yeah, I think we've looted the entirety of the airfield, so there's no new stuff to be found there, but there's still some very useful stuff. Um, okay, spoilers for anyone who either has the DLC and hasn't got here, or is still thinking about the DLC. I'll give you a 10 count. Yeah, yeah. Maybe, yeah, just, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Spoilers ahead. 3, 2, 1. They gone? Okay. Yeah, and if you haven't seen it by now, in the basement of the hangar, which is where we will be going, there is both a workbench, which, as far as I can tell, is the only, no, one of two in this region, the other being in one of the cabins you encounter on the way here. But it also has a forge where you can make arrowheads, improvised tools, and the like. And that makes it one of only 4 in the entire game. So it's kind of a big deal. Because bear in mind, like the total acreage within the world of the Long Dark is bigger than Skyrim's. And if you've been watching Daunt's channel for any length of time, you should probably be pretty familiar how big the Skyrim world is. Okay, well, yeah, the sun is definitely down, and we don't have flashing lights in the sky or electronics going haywire, so we dodged an aurora, so hooray for that. As you can see, there's not a whole lot to the airfield. It is in quite rough shape, but it still has a lot to offer. If if nothing else, it's kind of like a central hub from which to go out and explore the rest of this zone. And there's a lot to explore. All right, so yep, there we go. There is the main hangar. You can see Hanger, which is odd. But then we actually come inside, and now it is the Hangar. So in between going from outside to inside, they managed to correct their spelling. And you know what? I laid that there to go down to the basement anyway, so we'll just take it down there now. Oh yeah, and then the other reason the basement is a big deal is that, to my knowledge, okay, let's see, birch saplings. Those are cured. Pop those in there, and that's almost full. Oh, but we can put the feathers in there. Lovely. Now, here, drop the gut. Drop all those saplings. Take a quick step back so we can We actually find everything when we want to find it. There's our collection of rabbit pelts, and there's our deer pelt. Awesome. And for those of you who are curious, there is the forge back there. But yeah, what I was saying before I interrupted myself. The other reason the basement is a big deal is that the only way you can dodge the insomnia that comes with the glimmer fog is by going to an underground location. And as far as I know, the only one of those in this zone is the basement. Now, insomnia isn't like, I don't want to say like the insomnia is a huge deal. So basically, what it does, it makes it harder for you to sleep. Not surprisingly. Um, but the reason that's an issue is because sleep is also where you regenerate health. There is no natural health regeneration. The only time you do that is when you rest. And what insomnia does, it basically interrupts that, and it makes it more difficult for you to sleep and then to regenerate health while you do sleep. Now, at the best of times, that's annoying, but say if you have an affliction that requires you to sleep it off, like say food poisoning, and you can't sleep, then that's an issue. Real quick, is that meat still in there? No, but we must have taken that out and cooked it. Right? Right. Okay. So is there other stuff we want to drop here? Well, we don't need... the fridge is almost full, too. Yeah, we're basically using the fridge as kind of an impromptu storage locker, because there's lots of space, although we've almost used all of it. Let's take all of those. We can take all of those. We can at least prepare those. Yeah, we have a few flares. We have an amount of flares. We got a couple extra storm lanterns, extra pry bars. Yep, the old airfield has been rather kind to us in that way. We also got arrowheads. We're going to need to transfer those over. Yes. Maybe we don't carry on almost 6 kilograms of cattails with us. Actually, here, let me just do this. I'll transfer over all but like 25. Just so we can be mobile again, because that is a frankly silly amount of cattails to be carrying around at any time. Okay, we'll move those in there. We don't need 2 sets of painkillers. Those are all fine, and that's all fine. Okay, there we go. There, Astrid's a little zippier now. I'll just take her back here and put her to bed. Now, real quick, let's make sure that is a thing that can happen. Yeah, so the insomnia is ticking down. Now, if we just let it go on its own, it'll take 12 and a half hours. But it says herbal tea can help lessen the impact of the insomnia. Now, it says it can help. It's no sure thing, but we might as well give it a shot. So go ahead and take an herbal tea. Now, normally what the herbal tea does in the game is it makes your sleep more restful. So you don't actually. So like as I mentioned, like the health regeneration, you get more rest and more health regeneration out of the number of hours you sleep. And plus, drinking the tea also does like any other tea. It does give you like some hydration and some calories. Okay, Astrid's not that tired. Are we gonna? No, I tell a lie. Well, hang on. Let's see. How long would she sleep? Let's try to get her. Let's just try to get her 8 hours. We'll see if she sleeps the entirety of that, or if we get interrupted. Nope, we got the full sleep. Now, unfortunately, we're fully rested, but it is not still fully daylight out. And we still have 6 hours to go. And that's a blizzard outside. But that's honestly hardly surprising. As I said, it's been a fairly regular combo of fog and blizzard. Yep. We'll treat Astrid to a couple sodies. They're nice in that they give hydration and some calories too, but they also weigh a quarter of a kilogram each, so they are slightly heavy. Yeah, compared to just plain old water. If we can't sleep, we might as well craft up some mushrooms. Is that the blizzard going away? Very nice. You know what? Let's just do the rest of those. And we'll just toss those in there and those in there. We will cook those up as a later date because cooking those medicinal teas is a very good way to generate cooking XP quite quickly. So we'll make another withdrawal from the cattail bank. Just the 21 though. We're not going to go crazy or anything. Let me take out all the clothing, and then we'll just dump it out here. Mostly because I don't want it spoiling, or it's spoiling. It will lose condition. I think if I understand the mechanics, it'll lose condition quicker in a container than just like sitting out in the world. There we go. Okay, food-wise, we're fine. Nope. There we are. Okay, yeah, we're still rolling slightly heavy, but that's fine. Our gear's in good shape. We have food. We have an ample number of tools, obviously. Let's leave the hacks. Oh, were we carrying around another hatchet that whole time? Oops. Okay, well. Doesn't say much for my inventory management skills. Okay. And that actually puts us under 40 kilograms. Lovely. Cool. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to pop back downstairs real quick. We're just going to put those arrowheads in the workshop down there too, so we can make more arrows at some point. But then we're going to head out and explore, because that is what we came here to do. I did check all these. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, that the fact that all those those blue tarps you see just hanging around all over the place, the fact that each of those can be cut up into 4 cloth is just wild. So, any clothing you have, as long as you have a sewing kit or fishing tackle with which to repair it, your clothing should be in good shape for quite some time. There we go. So that's 5 free arrows, because most of those we got from finding broken arrows out in the world. Slightly annoying because you can't use those, but also a boon because they mean free arrowheads, which means all you have to do is get some birch saplings, have them cure, and then have crow feathers, which are quite easy to find. And you can whip up a fresh batch of arrows. But all right, we are ready to rumble. And it's even a clear day. Fantastic. Okay, so we are actually, I'll tell you what, one thing I do. Well, one thing we'll do before we go. We're going to run up to the control tower real quick, and we're going to map, because it's something I didn't do earlier, because it was, I think it was during the night when I visited there. But mapping from the control tower should give us a decent vantage point, and it'll also give us a rough idea which direction we need to go to find the other vista. Because what vistas do, if you find a Polaroid somewhere in the zone, hey bunnies, 3 bunnies, wow. You stay away from those wolves now, you hear? So if you find a Polaroid, basically it's a what the Polaroid is. It's a vista shot from a certain location in the zone, and if you go to the place in that shot, you can map from there, and it will expose it'll help you expose a large chunk of the zone. Okay, so what you do is you grab your charcoal and you survey. And as you see, that opened up, well, honestly, considering the size of the zone, not a lot. But we do know that basically we need to go like southeast from where we are now, and we'll find the vista we're looking for. And I hope the weather isn't turning as we did that. But I guess we're about to find out. Yep. Of course it did. The fog rolled in. And unfortunately, the fog rolling in means it's going to be hard to map. Okay, but so basically, I think we want to go this away. Because the control tower there. Yeah, control tower, I guess, yeah, the plane's there, control tower there. So if we use, like, use the runway as kind of a guideline. We want to go this way. I'll keep that torch out. The torch is for warding off wolves and any other unsavory beings that happen to come our way while we're out and about. Oh, yes. Let me check one other thing while we're out here. Hey, Insomnia's gone. Lovely. Can we? Oh, we did. Oh, okay. I think I saw in Zach Nefane's YouTube video that you can actually check these too. I didn't know that at the time, but it says those were searched. So I think what we were doing is that the game was letting us search those outside containers while we were indoors. How, I have no idea, but apparently we were. Okay, is that just a light post? Yeah, it's just a light post. Okay. And the nice thing is, as you saw, like on the map, those Vista locations are quite remote, but the game will at least tell you when you get there, so you know, this is where I should map. See, it's not just a bunch of guesswork. Otherwise, that would be quite frustrating. But generally, these Vista spots are from quite high up. They're like observation towers or, from a high vantage point on a rock. So it feels to me like there's probably some more climbing that we need to do before we get to where we want to be. Is that another birch? Okay, that is another birch sapling I see out there. But we're gonna turn away. Much as it hurts my heart to leave loot behind, we'll make a mental note of it, and we'll get it on the way back. Because we have 3 cured birch and something like 3 or 4 birch that are still curing. Plus, I think we have some arrow shafts already made that we picked up some cured birch saplings in Broken Railroad and brought them here with us. So arrow shafts are going to be just fine. It's the ooh, is this a kind of a little path here? That's interesting. Haven't seen that before. But yeah, so arrow shafts are going to be good. I think the main limitation for us is going to be crow feathers, and there's plenty of metal just laying about the place, so we can make arrowheads. It feels weird that crow feathers would be like the limiting factor, but that's probably going to be the case because they take 3 feathers per arrow to make. I think we only had like 15 or 16 in there. Now you get multiple uses out of an arrow, so it's not completely craptacular. They're not one and done, but they do have a durability. I think you get like 4, maybe 5 uses out of an arrow, and then it breaks. Now, the shaft is lost forever, but you can harvest the arrowhead, which has no durability, and you can get some crow feathers back. Oh, here we are. I guess now the question is, can we actually map in these conditions? Oh, we can. Ooh, let's see. All right, so that basically gives us the entire airfield and then some, including back from that bend where we initially mapped. See more cattails. There's those birch saplings we left behind. But yeah, as you can see, there's still a lot of zone to map beyond those. So yeah. Okay, is there? Well, yeah. Let's pop back in here. Is there more, or is it? Oh, there's It looks like we can keep going. I wonder where this leads. So maybe this wasn't all just for the Vista location. This is an actual full-on path. How are we in firewood? 25 sticks. That's enough. I mean, I guess it was nice of the game to let us map there. Usually you can't map in fog. And it's unfortunate, like the fog sets in so much because like like I said, the vistas are actually real nice to look at here. Because otherwise, like the relative lack of buildings, beyond the airfield means you're looking at basically long stretches of undulating white in front of you because it's all just snow and ice. And it's not the most visual again. That part isn't the most visually exciting. And of course, like if perchance you do end up in, say, fog, the temperature will probably be fine because the fog tends to roll in when the temperatures are. I don't want to say they're not freezing, but yeah, they're generally higher than usual if there's a fog because that's. I'm trying to remember my days when I was a meteorology nerd. Like the fog means there's the moisture can hang in the moisture or the water vapor rather hangs in the air. Um, okay, that looks like is that a one-way trip? It kind of looks like a one-way trip. Real quick though, I want to pop back up here because there was another path. It's got that nice foreboding look with the downed trees coming across each other. Little marshy patch, no cattails I see. That is unfortunate. But yeah, as I was saying, other than the the vistas from on high. This isn't the most visually exciting region, but it's also the new one, so people are hyped, which makes sense. Because I know there are people out there who have been playing this game since it came out, uh, since it entered early access in 2014, which is absolutely wild that people have stuck with it this long, and it's received so much love and attention from Hinterland, the devs, but it's also received so much love and attention from the community. And it's terrific to see. And like the game started in 2014. I think it came out in full release a few years after that. Okay, that explains it. We're actually going back down. You know what? That's fine. But for a game to come out that long, for it to be out for that long, and this basically this is their first DLC. Every update, between 2014 and now has been absolutely free. And weird as it sounds to say, then people have been eager to rush out and give Hinterland more money for a game that they've already got. They have by far got their money's worth and then some. I don't put a lot of stock in like $1 hours played per dollar spent on a game. I don't think that's a very useful metric. But if you are going to look at it that way, I mean, you have people. I don't think at any point like Long Darks cost more than like $20 MSRP. It goes on sale quite frequently, and there are people out there who have thousands of hours in this game. There's a climbing point. I wonder where that leads. How heavy are we? We're about 5 kilograms over. Shall we go check? Maybe we'll go check. We'll see what's up there. All that. Okay, that gets us a good chunk of the way there. Tell you, well, first thing first, we'll have a coffee. That we can get some energy back in us. Top it up with some water. Close. I'll throw down some cattails, see if we can shed weight that way. Not very much, but, we only need 0.17 kilograms to be able to climb, because you can't climb when you're over encumbered, unfortunately. Either up or down. All right, let's go. Okay, so Astrid will be a little tuckered, but not horrendously so. Now, it's only a little past noon, So we probably don't need to be thinking of. I mean, okay. I say we should. We don't need to be looking for shelter. Astrid could do with a nap. You know, given the exertion I just put her through. Hey, Bun Buns. You all can just hang out for now. Yeah, we'll grab a little firewood just to replace our stocks. You know, if the weather does turn, or as I said, if Astrid needs a nap, it would be good to find a place where it'd be safe to do so.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And since all this, you know, all this territory up here is terra, you know, terra incognita for me. We do want to proceed intelligently. Yeah, Astrid's going to die at some point, but she doesn't necessarily need to die stupid. Okay, let's have a. How much firewood do we have now? 12 sticks. A few more. One of the first things I picked up when I started, not even just playing, just like watching long dark videos. I think I started watching videos on the long dark long before I actually attempted it myself. And one of the first rules that got ingrained in my head was always keep 15 sticks, at least 15 sticks, and 5 pieces of cloth on you. Reason being, you can do, oh, hey, it's just a, there's another cottage right there. That makes 3. Wow. Wow. We'll definitely be checking that out. But yeah, to finish my point, with the 15 sticks and the 5 pieces of cloth, you can make an impromptu snow shelter and actually find, take shelter out in the wild if there are no caves or man-made structures like that. Oh, good grief. Here we go again. Yep, okay. It is definitely fog. Well, butts. Justy's Hovel. Well, one, what a name. Um, is that a fuse box? I mean, there are electric lights out front, but I don't see any wires going here. Although okay, that's going, so it must have had some electricity source to hook up to at some point. That is wild. Again, just gonna pop down here real quick, and yep, you guessed it, check for cattails. But seeing none, we will turn around and come on back. But yeah, the snow shelter, the reason to keep 15 sticks and 5 pieces of cloth on you, you can drop that pretty much anywhere out in the world, as long as the hinterland hitboxes will let you do that. And if you drop that down, and if you can put a fire somewhere safe, preferably somewhere protected from the wind, you can ride out. You can ride out pretty much. You can ride out a blizzard. And it's also like if you're absolutely lost somewhere. Ooh, Christmas lights. Look at there. That little festive look. Oh, right. Let's see if they... Are the radios working too? Mm, no, doesn't sound like it. Ooh, birch bark tea. I'll take that, thank you. Uh, maybe it only kicks in legacy zones, but or during an aurora rather. Maybe it's the aurora that does it. But when the radios light up like that, you can it's faint, but you can hear piano music playing, which is really cool and kind of unnerving because that means someone out there is broadcasting piano music, in the post-apocalypse. Anyway, let's check the page from a diary. Seeing the helicopters come over the mountains again this year, I counted 3 last month and 2 already this month. Always as the weather turns colder. I know they can't all be tourists. Not anymore. And not for a long while anyway. Hmm. So between like the notes we found at the cabins coming in, that note there, and the notes we found at the airfield,
This will come in handy.
another old-fashioned park. Wow. Yeah, there's some shady stuff happening out here. Oh, I guess I got some water, some Summit Sody. Anything hiding under the bed? Nope, just... Oh, wait, hang on. Got a container with nothing in it. Okay. And, oh, look at
This stuff
that.
will come in handy.
Another Cowichan sweater. We already got one, and we have the Chris Evans sweater from Knives Out. Knives Out. Knives Out is a completely different movie. Do we dare drop the Chris Evans sweater? Okay, let's see. They're both comparable condition. Cowichan sweater gets an extra half degree of warmth, an extra half degree of wind protection, 10% more wetness protection. It's half a kilogram heavier, and it does 1% more sprint reduction. I mean, that's a pretty convincing case for going double Cowichan sweater if you can manage it.
I'll take it.
Hey, Will, good to see you. And yes, Will, you are among not only our founders, but our very important posters. So good to see you. How you doing, brother? We've just been out exploring more of the new zone. We found another vista, and we also found, what is this? I didn't even map. Yeah, it's like Justy's something or other. Not too hot? Oh no! It's not your back again, is it? Just say it's a bulging. Oh no! Oh dear. Bulging disc. That sounds all kinds of bad. Um, is that the? Okay, I left my medical degree at home. Is that the kind of thing that physiotherapy can fix, or is that something that needs to go straight to surgery? It seems like it's the sort of thing that would take surgery if it's actually bulging out. But again, I don't know. Trying physio probably mean operation at some point. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Are we? Okay, yeah, we're not quite there. Um, man, I hope you at least have some good drugs. I would think that's about the only thing that could make that tolerable. The doctor says he's surprised how well you're doing considering the size of it. Oh, that's not good. That is the last thing you want to hear from your doctor. No drugs, you don't take pain pills. Okay, I can understand that. Okay, yeah, Yeah, the shirt can obviously go. If we have 2 cowichan sweaters and a fisherman sweater, yeah, that's right out. Uh, you're not allowed at the gym though. Oh, you're. Oh, right. No working out with a bulging disc. Yeah, that makes sense. Back injuries definitely not something you want to mess with.
Man, I am too tired to think straight.
You have to give up the gym. Oh, but there's stuff you can do at home, I assume. I mean, nothing that high impact. You're trying to buy a TRX and do simple workouts at home. Makes sense. For the uninitiated, what is a TRX? Is that like a I don't treadmill, elliptical, resistance trainer? Not sure. Well, we might as well keep. Okay, our clothing is actually in quite good condition. Yeah, we got. Okay, no, we have the military coat, and we got double Mac. Um, oh, TRX suspension training system. Okay, I see. No, that's fine, Will. No worries. Okay, yeah, I see now. Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, let's just drop those. We don't need to be lugging those around. Okay, there's something we can do. We can craft with more of those rose hips we picked along the way. We might as well make some water, because we left a decent chunk of it back down on the ground floor when we climbed up here. So, no, that's a cardboard box. There we go. But that sucks, Will. I'm sorry. I know you and yours have had a lot to deal with lately, so that's one more thing you definitely don't need. Well, I hope you get good news from the doctor at least, and they can get you sorted out with the physio so they don't any you know any surgery can be obviated. Okay, we use the torch, use the tinder plug, and use that book we just picked up. There we go.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Why didn't that work?
Because your fire starting's still terrible, Astrid. Have you not noticed? Having to cancel all your Twitch subs too? 30. Wow, 35 keep for the
Come
yeah
on, little fire.
the roof on top of the back. Ooh, that double sucks.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I'm so tired I could lay down right here.
All right, but no, Will, completely understand. Yeah, if you want to let that roll off, I don't blame you in the slightest. You do what's best for you and yours. Well, we'll manage here. Okay, so yeah, we'll get some water going here. At the very least, we'll cook up that extra rose hip. Um, We don't need to heat up. Okay, it looks like is the fog gone? The fog is gone. Unfortunately, the insomnia is not. With 33 hours. What the hell is that? Did we get double insomnia? Oh boy. You'll be resubbing once you cancel a bunch of stuff. Well, I appreciate that, but don't rush. You know, take care of you and yours first. Oh, alrighty. Well, hopefully we can sleep some of this off, because that is ridiculous. Okay, we'll take that. Let's cook up those rose hips real quick. Okay, let's take that. Oh, yes. We can also cook that birch bark, because we found that. And if you find teas, you can still cook them and get the skill up. Yep, just like that. Hey, John, good to see you. I'm doing okay. Astrid's kind of struggling. She got hit in the face with more insomnia. But other than that, she's doing just fine. How about you, John? How's your day going? You're canceling nearly all of your subs to Paramount. The only one you're keeping is Disney for Little Man, and Netflix for you. Yep, that makes sense. Those are the two big hitters. Oh right. No, that's right. We cooked all those teas from the box, so we won't get any further cooking skill ups. But we might as well pound one of those down and see if it'll help us in the battle against insomnia, because we got a lot of it ahead of us. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, Will, the only streaming service I have is Shudder. Just to get like all the weird and wacky horror movies you can't get on like Netflix or the usual streaming services. Okay, weight-wise, we're manageable. Can we pull some decent torches? Maybe. That is not a decent torch. That's a decent torch. You're doing good, John. Good to hear. Long weekend for you. All right. Hey, that's yeah. This was the first day of my long weekend as well. I worked this past Sunday, so I got this Friday off in exchange, which is no bad thing. Okay. Well, Astrid is dead tired, and she's going to be an insomniac for a good long while. But let's see how much sleep we can actually wring out of this. Okay, it sounded for all the world like the electro fog was starting up again.
Getting a bit thirsty.
All right, all right. Okay, let's go ahead and have this as well, because it's an extra 0.3 kilograms we can leave behind just in case we need to climb down, and we can't goat back down to ground level. But Astrid still needs a little bit more sleep. All right, there we are. Okay, so we got a ski jacket and an old-fashioned parka. If I was to fully succumb to my loot goblin instincts, we'd bring those along, but as it is, I think we can manage without. If by some strange twist we do decide we absolutely, positively have to have an old-fashioned parka, we can come back here, or we can go to the lake cottage, where there's another one waiting for us. Hey, no worries, John. Okay. Hey, okay, look at that. That is one, nice and clear. Two, why is it giving me the location notification on the left there? It's acting like I left for I left the region and then came back, and I very clearly did not. It's strange. It's done that a few times. Now I know the DLC only recently came out, and I'm sure Hinterland will get that sorted eventually. Okay, 20 sticks, that's fine. Let's go. It's one of those slightly disconcerting things. But probably not anything we need. It's if it is on Hinterland's radar, it's probably not very high up, because it's not a game-breaking thing by any stretch of the imagination. All right, well let's just keep wandering down here, see what we can see. Because as I look out, I think yeah, those rocks that are dead ahead. Here, let me whip out a torch. Yeah, those rocks that are right under the torch head, that's at the very far end of the runway. So they were moving parallel to basically the way we came in earlier in today's episode. Okay. Gosh darn it, it's already starting to snow. The clear weather basically is not something you should get used to out here. Real quick, can we map again? Okay, we're actually a ways off to the east now. And it's a good thing we got that in when we did, because it's snowing again. And the visibility is, once again, crap. I can still, yeah, you can still kind of see the control tower right there under the torch. So we haven't wandered out that far. But I'm not necessarily seeing a whole lot out here. And I don't even know, I don't know that we should expect a lot. Actually, let me do a quick bit of science. Can we still map in these conditions? Oh, we can. Okay, lovely. Okay, yeah. So yeah, as I thought, we are going up parallel to the runway. So now, one of the things I want to do, because I don't. Oh darn it! You As you got stuck right there. One of the things I do want to do is maybe not today, but probably like the next time I play the Long Dark. I might put this character kind of into hibernation until the next new bit of content comes out in the DLC. And what I might do instead is start up a new stalker character out in like the world that existed previously to the DLC. Because as we saw in Broken Railroad, there are obviously like there's the changes to the loot and is it they've made rifles much rarer, so that'll be a thing. But there's also like the mementos that are out there. I mean, those apparently have some really nice stuff. Like people are finding expedition parkas on Stalker. I haven't. Such things don't exist in Interloper, obviously, but still, I mean that is a heck of a pull. And so I want to experience more of that as well, rather than just continuing to hang out in this one region, because you know, cool as it is, and it is. Um, I'm not sure what all else it holds for us that we haven't seen already. So if we stayed here, we'd just be staying here for the purpose of seeing, of being in the new zone. Oh, well, look who's down there. All right, well, I was hoping to get some target practice, but apparently that has been thwarted. I guess we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. There you are. All right, hold on there, bud. Oh, bother. Had to take a call? No worries, John. You missed absolutely nothing other than me absolutely biffing a shot at a wolfie. Okay, we took that shot from here. It went high. I'd really prefer not to lose an arrow. Those things are hard to come by. All right. You asked for it. Well, I'm just terrible at everything today, aren't I? Is that it? Nope, those are the... Okay, I fired the arrow from up here. And it definitely sailed over the wolf. I see, it beat a retreat this way. Maybe we look over here. We've already left one arrow behind in this run, gosh darn it, and I'm not going to do it again. Man, that I have no idea where it could be. That is frustrating. There we go. Now I'm noticing that previously, wolves would come forward. They'd run to either side of you when they get spooked, which would make it taking a pot shot at them even easier. But now they seem to just turn tail and run. Now, it's that makes sense, I guess, thematically, behavior-wise, and it's less unnerving than seeing wolves charge at you, even though you did the action that should chase them off. But you know, I got I got a fair few wolf kills from being able to just dispatch wolves in that fashion. And the fact that they basically, turn butt to you and run doesn't give you a lot to shoot at. Now, you might answer to that, well, then just get good, scrub. And, well, the answer would be, wanna. I want them to, turn profile to me so I have a nice big slab of meat to aim at. Now, this here is the bear den. You might ask, why are we going to the bear den? I was hoping I could get a visual on the bear and pop it with our flare gun, but it does not seem to be at home. Maybe that's it way out there. But the question then becomes, do we actually want to wander out all that way? Especially in conditions where starting a fire would be quite difficult. Because the thing that you just saw me do with the wolves, you just drop the torch and then they'll pause. Turns out bears are not easily persuaded by that. They, if you want to get a bear to stop in its tracks, you actually kind of need to have drop a whole campfire. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's a bear out there. And moreover, that campfire has to be directly between you and the bear, or else it's just going to ignore it and come right at you. Okay, that is loaded. We have accelerant? We do. Now, I want everyone to bear in mind, what we are doing here is absolutely stupid. But something being stupid has never stopped me from doing it before. We have no reason to kill the bear. You know, it's other than, just doing it for funsies. And for making the neighborhood just that little bit safer. Okay. Okay, and naturally, the game decides that is the exact moment that my torch needs to get blown out. Alright, well, you know what? Screw it. If we can't keep a torch lit, we can't keep a fire going. Oh, you're back for realsies now. Okay, well. Well, all you missed was me talking myself into and out of a bear hunt. So no harm, no foul. Because what would need to happen, we basically need to be in conditions when we can light a torch. And if we, because if we can't keep a torch lit, then we can't put down a campfire between us and the bear, which will come charging at us if it decides it wants to. And they usually decide they want to. So, yeah, if it's too windy, it's probably not going to be smart. The only other way we could do this is if we if the bear keeps wandering that way, we sneak in behind it, make sure we can go into that plane right there. We have a pop at the bear, and if it charges, we jump into the plane and hide. Because as far as I know, it won't be able to get us in there. Oh, another crow feather. Lovely. So let's see. Can we get inside? We can. Okay, lovely. So, oh gosh, darn it. That's okay. Maybe going in there, not the, oh, hang on. And we could do something really stupid and snipe the bear from up here. From this range, though? I don't know. Nope. Short. Well, I didn't see the skill up indicator, so... Oh. Oh, shit. Nope. Get in the vehicle. Get in the vehicle, you absolute dumbass. Right. Now, I couldn't tell whether the bear was charging us or just got spooked. But in situations like that, you really don't want to stick around to find out. Unless you're absolutely sure you're somewhere the bear cannot get to you. And as we were on, well, pretty much flat ground, that is very much not where we were. Okay. We're going to keep the flare gun out now. First thing we do, we get eyes on the bear. Okay, it's over there. As long as it stays over there, that's fine. Now we're going to go on a search for our arrows. And I see one. And there's two. Okay, awesome. And it's probably still too windy to light a torch. Yep, okay. Which tells me continuing this hunt, not a great idea. So instead, we'll beat feet back to maybe we'll head back to the airfield. Oh, there we go. And we can console ourselves over the loss of that one arrow by making more. Because we did pick up, yeah, we picked up more crow feathers. And I think we have like 5 arrowheads waiting back in the crafting bench. And we have 3. Is that the wolf that we plugged with the revolver shot? I think it might be. Yeah, we have arrow making materials back there. But I tell you what, we could start a collection of wolf pelts as well. Okay, first things first, we'll go poke our head over the hill here. Oh, more crow feathers. Fantastic. And we're just going to make sure there are no other Anki wildlife around to annoy and or jump us. Okay, we'll crouch down. We will keep a low profile. And we'll get to harvesting. All right, weather seems, or the wind at least seems to have died down. The snow is still falling, but that is perfectly fine. And the hide doesn't give us any stank, like we said, so we can, there, and then drop that real quick. Ooh, that blood looks very much not red. Are we in a blizzard now? I think we're in a blizzard now. Okay, we have one. How long would that take? Alright, we're gonna YOLO it. Yep, okay. Blizzard very much engaged.
Barely walk with this much gear.
You're doing fine, Astrid. Just, keep on keeping on. Now, unfortunately, the visibility now is absolute garbage. We know the airfield is around here somewhere. Can we kill a moose? I mean, I would. You can see. Okay, where, Will? Behind the little white bit. I mean, Will, I would be completely up for taking down a moose as well. The only problem is one, this is a bad time, but two, we have no evidence that a moose actually spawned in this region. Oh, not that white bit, the other white bit. Okay, thank you for clarifying, Will. But yeah, well, yeah, the long dark works is unfortunately there's the possibility of, at least with moose, like there's a possibility they spawn, but they're not guaranteed. There are certain places in each region where they might spawn.
Jesus, this is cold.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a heavy hammer. You know what? You might as well. Okay, so if that's the heavy hammer, then we're probably, that back there is probably the end of the runway, I think. Or do we get turned around? Which is entirely possible. It is a blizzard. This is not the long dark. This is the long white. Well, the long dark is what you go to when you're out in the long white for too long. Okay, so if this keeps going, so the runway is either going to stop at some point, and we'll see buildings, or it's going to fall off a ledge, and okay, no, man, okay, we were moving in the right direction. Right, okay, so then this is the spur out here, which should take us back toward the hangar, which is where we want to be. I think Astrid's trying to tell you it's a little cold for her. It's always a little cold for Astrid. And if you think Astrid complains a lot, you should hear Will. The in-game Will, not you, Will. Have we searched this one? I can't remember. We have, okay. We continue on then. Okay, there is the control tower. which, while not exactly where we want to be, it'll have to do. So we'll drop the meat out there. There we go. It is much quieter and a good bit warm. Or not a good bit, but okay, it feels like 11 degrees in here. There we go. And we'll let those guts cure just a little bit while we're out and about. So let's look at our clothing real quick. Okay, it took some of it took a minor beating while we were out there in the blizzard. We can do some quick repairs while there is daylight remaining. And everything else is 90% or better, so that's fine. And oh wow, okay, yep, that's yeah, our pants are not only completely soaked but half frozen. That would make sense. Well, okay, well there's no sense doing that. Yeah, there's no, even if we're more familiar with the layout of the airfield than like the great white yonder outdoors. There's no sense wandering about in a blizzard when you don't need to. All right, what else can we do? Well, you know, we use the hatchet and we use the knife. We can really sharpen those up a bit. Normally, these would be things you do to try to wait out the storm, but waiting out the storms around here kind of difficult because they all tend to be quite long-lasting. Okay, that's all fine. We're not going to tear up the Chris Evans sweater. We'll add that to our collection back at the hangar. Is it still? Yes, it is very much still. Well, hang on. Tell you what we could do, though. Apparently, we're protected from the wind right here. So if we are so inclined, and I am, we can start ourselves a little fire right here. Cook up that meat and make ourselves a little more water. No guarantee this will stay protected from the wind, of course, but as long as the wind is with us, we might as well use it. Hey, there we go. We'll just go ahead and yeet that. Okay. Oh, doesn't that cooked wolf meat look delicious? Nope. Okay, that's got 56. That's got 55. While we're waiting on that, Let's see if there's anything in here we can break down. There's not a lot of wood, it looks like. That would take 38 minutes. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Oh, for Pete's sake. Really? You cancel the whole job? Rude, game. Very, very rude. All right. Let's pop some more sticks on there. All right, come on. You can do it. There we go. Okay, so that's going to need another hour worth of fire. Something like that'll do. And while we're here, we'll just craft up some mushrooms for more cooking XP. How are our skills, by the way? Oh, we're just about to cook in 3. That'll be very nice. And we're ever so close to getting a fire starting, too. Fire starting second only to mending in the skills that take an annoyingly long time to level up.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
There we go. How much water do we have? Half a liter. Okay. We could do with a bit more. All right, there we go. We'll take that, and we'll take that. And we'll replenish our torch collection while we're at it. And that can just, man,
I need to find a place to rest.
that's 100% quality, and even that looks absolutely diabolical. Ugh. All right, we'll just leave the meat out there, let nature's freezer do its thing. There we go. And hopefully, by the time Astrid gets up,
Can't carry much more.
the blizzard will have finally, blown itself out. Okay, that seems to have done it. The insomnia is gone. The guts are slightly cured. And the visibility for the moment has returned. Hooray! We got the bun buns frolicking about. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, so we'll head back to the hangar. We'll drop the guts downstairs, and we'll see if we can make up a few more arrows. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're probably fine. As even if a moose did spawn, Will, I don't know where they would spawn in this region. I just know that they exist because I've seen other players come back and have moose hides curing. But as to where they would be, I have no idea. Okay, so is it? We're at the start of the day. Now, did we leave any guts here? Did I cover them up? I don't. Oh no. Wait, did I leave a fresh gut in here? I might have left a fresh gut in here. I did not. Okay, never mind. Okay. So we'll just put those back here then. Okay, so there's those two wolf guts that are gonna do their thing. So just as a quick experiment. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they're under there. Take those fresh birch saplings. Move them there. Pick up the gut. Pick that up too. Now, oh yeah, gotta drop the wolf pelt too. I knew I forgot something. Yeah, one wolf pelt on its own, not that useful, but if we grab a couple more, we can make ourselves one of those nice wolfskin coats. Right. Got the free arrowheads. Also got the arrow shafts that we picked up earlier, or that we made earlier, actually, from birch saplings we got in Broken Railroad. Now, can we, hang on, before we do that, let's make sure Astrid is all fed and watered. Now, what I'm wondering is, it's quite dark down here. So can Astrid still use the workbench even if there's no light? If she can, that would be stupendously handy. If not, then we either need to start a fire at the forge and hope there's enough light from that, or we actually have to wait until the electrofog kicks in. Which, not my idea of a good time, if I'm honest. Okay, we're going to use the quality tools. We can cut that down to 45 minutes. And we can make 5 simple arrows. Nope, we don't need light to use the tool bench at all for some strange reason. Not that I'm going to complain. And a blizzard is back, because of course it is. Alright, well that just gave us a whole bunch of archery XP, which is real nice. Let's see. Okay, so we would, if we wanted to make rabbit stuff, we would need 4 pelts for the mittens, or 3 for the hat. I thought we picked those up. Nope, we did not. All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're short 1, if we want to make everything. Which do we need more? Do we need hat or mittens more? Well, we've got a balaclava in a top quality Canadian toque, or we have wool mittens. I almost think we should do the mittens. One takes 5 hours, one takes 3.5. You know what? Let's use fishing tackle. Oh no, that'll take 8 hours with fishing tackle. Okay, maybe we don't do that. And is Astrid fully up? Okay, let's just make sure she has enough fuel in her tummy to do this before we start cranking out clothing too. There we go. Now, let's make some mitts. Okay, yeah, we might not make it all the way through. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, there we go. Check those out. A degree warmer, a degree and a half better against the wind, 30% better moisture, more protection, 5% sprint reduction, but you know what? Fine by me. Where's the drawer? There we go. Okay. The other rabbit pelts can go in there, and we'll pull those out when we need to. Okay, there's still some daylight left. We can make a fresh bow, or we can make more arrow shafts. Okay, let's go for the arrow shafts. There we go. So 3 birch turn into 12 arrow. No, probably, no, I think it's 3 arrow shafts each. We also had some left over, but still. Pretty good return. Let me look back at that real quick. All right. Okay, I'll put the maple saplings back in there. The cured guts back in there. Yeah. So now we have feathers for 3 more arrows, but we burned through our arrowheads. So we need to go find scrap metal around the place and liberate it for more useful purposes. Okay. That can wait there. And we'll just drop. Okay. Got 2 hammers. Don't necessarily need 2 hammers, but we have 2 hammers. No, there's a third. Yeah, we have a third heavy hammer over at the the lake cottage. The deer hide can just sit there. Because I think, yeah, we already have the deerskin boots. Yes, yes. Or no, we got mucklucks. Right, I forgot. We found the mucklucks. Oh, Danil, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. We're just sashaying about the airfield here, having a grand old time and dodging blizzards, unfortunately. Okay, we'll drop the new wool mittens and the Chris Evans sweater.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I don't think that's necessary, Astrid. I think you're doing just fine. Yeah, as you can tell, Danil, the airfield has been quite kind to us in some ways. We have ample amounts of loot, of certain kinds of loot, I should say. Other kinds less so, but you can't have everything. It's the game is gonna, the game gives, the game takes. Actually, where is that? Okay, I am gonna keep that second Mackinac jacket on us. Just, I want to compare with the military coat. Okay. All right, I'm gonna wait until it's light out, and we're gonna try to fix up that Mackinac. I know I've been running around with a military coat on the outside. I'm not 100% convinced it's actually superior to going for the double Mac. But that's all been best based off of estimates and mental math. But we're gonna do the experiment. We're gonna do the repairs, and
Nuts.
you know, whatever the numbers say, that's what we'll go with. Because we are all about empirical, evidence-based survival here in the long dark. Yep, not quite daylight yet. No, what? Okay, why do I keep doing that? We have we have heavy teas on us. So why burn through water when we can just use those and get, hydration and calories all at the same time? Okay, see if we can steal one more hour. Try to get that sun a little bit more above the horizon. Um, okay. The if you can see like the middle spokes of the sun, I guess you'd call it, are above the horizon. So I think the game will give us the opportunity to do some repairs because it is considered light enough to do that. Hey, there we go. Okay, so 2.8, 2.5. So it's probably 3 and 3, 2.5 and 2, 40 and 40, less protection, less. Boy. I don't know. Okay, like the Mackinac is like half a kilogram lighter. But it's less warm, has less wind protection, less like the big. It's like half a kilogram lighter and 2% less sprint reduction. I don't know. I think we're gonna here. We'll go. We'll upgrade to a fully kitted out Mackinac, but we'll just drop that. feels weird to, to be taking something over in Mackinac, but, here we are. Okay. Somehow we're back under. Okay, because we only have like we have less than a liter of water, so
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
if we take that, it'll put us over. But that's fine. That's not that big a deal. We have offloaded a whole bunch of other stuff. We have like the MRE that's been eaten down to the nubbins. Honestly, we don't need to carry both of those if we have the antiseptic. And okay, yeah, we're also bereft of firewood from the moment, but that's fine. Okay, so now this is going to sound of questionable judgment because it is. I want us to go do a little bit of hunting. Now, it will depend on the weather. Um, Not ideal, but also not terrible. That is very American of me. What is wanting to go hunting? Because I want to. I would like to get more hides so that we can. Well, because one, the hunt, the XP with the weapons, but also the food, but also uh, we need to have more of those hides if we want to be able to make that animal skin clothing. So we're not just killing things for the sake of killing things. We are, in fact, like we're making we're making use of all the resources we have on hand in our immediate environment.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, that Bun Bun has some other friends around here. Oh, there we go. There's one of them, I think. Okay. I thought that might have been one of those stoic Bun Buns who had got themselves up at a height and I guess were either too frightened or too mesmerized to come down, but nope. It was just chilling there. But even if we weren't going to make something new, wow, the Bun Bun is going subterranean there for a minute. Bun Bun, what are you doing? Did that Bun Bun just phase through that log barrier? I think it did. Is that an ex-Bun Bun? Is that the kitty pride of Bun Buns? Well, now I almost don't want to kill it. Emphasis on almost. All right, focus, one thing at a time. Get the arrow back. There we go. That oh, shit, that the rabbit went right up the hill there. That thing covered a whole lot of ground real quick. All right, well, rip that arrow, but you know that's what they're here to do. So it died doing what it loved, flying through the air at woodland creatures. Wow, must have left that short. Okay, yeah, it's just wow. All right, they're okay. Maybe there are multiple kitty prize of bun buns because these things are just phasing right through that like it's no thing. Yep. These rabbits completely ignore the laws of physics. This is also why I should never shoot, more than one arrow out at a time, because I'm going to get obsessed with finding it, and I'm going to completely lose track of my quarry. As one who hoards loot, this is hardly surprising. I would prefer to get broadside of the bun bun. Oh, wow. Okay, that's some physics. We're just having all the fun today. I mean, we're actually not covering all that much territory in the grand scheme of things, but this is a heck of a chase. It's the most devious move prey can deploy. Standing stock still. And you can tell how concerned I am about wolves in the area by the fact, I'm walking around with two rabbit carcasses on me and not paying much mind at all. I am completely focused on bringing down the X-Bun bun. There we go. So with all the hides and guts from those, we'll be able to make the rabbit skin hat as well as the gloves, and we'll have repair materials as well. Because unlike regular clothing, which just can take cloth or leather to fix up, all but one of the animal skin items, you need another hide of that particular animal to repair it. And obviously, if that's like, say, a bear, it can be a bit of a ball ache to acquire those, acquire multiple of those. The one exception to that, of course, is the moose hide satchel. You just need one moose hide, and then once you have actually made it, then all you need to repair it is leather, which is very nice, because having to go out and bring down another moose just to fix your satchel, it would feel really unfair. Now you can also make a moose skin cloak out of a moose hide, which provides great protection, but unfortunately that does take another moose hide to repair. That another blizzard I hear outside? Boy, am I ever not surprised. And see, Will, this is another reason why why making the animal skin clothing is so important, because like the weather out here is rough, and I know we're finding some clothing, but we also have like the animal skin clothing offers the most the most warmth and the most protection of per clothing in the game, other than like say the combat boots or what have you. But those are things that are specifically designed for protection, but they give like next to no warmth. Yep. All right. We'll just let that sit out there for a bit. Well, we're stuck in here again. So what can we use this time to do now? Oh, I know what we can do. We can make a bow. Cause okay, yeah, that. Oh, we can make another arrow too, because now we have an extra arrowhead and a couple feathers. Go and harvest that. Because the bow we found at like 80%. It is now at 55%. Still usable for a while, but um, having a backup would be a good idea. And in addition, take all those,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
all those. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, in addition, uh, making the things that give you archery experience, in addition to just hitting things with your bow and arrow, you can also get it from making arrows, as we saw earlier, but also making a bow. So that will be, that'll be pretty useful for us. Okay, but why don't we start? Okay, we can make the one arrow since we have that extra arrowhead. Anything beyond that, we're going to need to start forging, which is fine. We can do that. Okay, and the bow takes 2 cured gusts and 1 cured maple sapling. We'll just make sure everything is okay. Nope, we want to go to the survival bow. We're going to use the hunting knife, and we're just going to power through it. We might get away with it. Yep, excellent. Actually, did that give us an archery skill up? I didn't see. It might not have. Oh, there we go. That's what we want. Okay. Yeah, I might have been mistaken in that. That's been known to happen. All right, but what we'll have, yeah, we'll have a couple more saplings, and then when more of those guts cure, we can make more bows if we need to. But you probably don't need to be carrying around another bow with the first one at 55%, so you can probably just leave that here as a backup. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. There, we'll just move that somewhere convenient, right about there. Those are starting to cure. Those are almost cured, but there's no need to rush into that because they'll just turn into arrow shafts. And without the requisite number of feathers and arrowheads, arrow shafts are just, little thin pieces of wood. Hmm. Just doesn't like the 2 down arrows on the fatigue meter there are kind of freaking out. It looks wild. Is there more stuff we can drop? Oh shoot! I left the tools. All right. Well, we'll just have to remember that they're up here. We got some water. We got some cattails. No extra clothing. Yeah, basically we're moving around just fine. The thing that might possibly be weighing us down is, or what's keeping us from being weighed down as much as we usually are, if I can word correctly, is the lack of firewood in our inventory at the moment. Okay, put that away real quick. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this real quick, just so we can make sure Astrid gets good and tired. And we can give her a proper sleep. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll just give her that box of crackers here. That'll fully dehydrate her, but that's okay. We can work with that. Because we have water, and we can make more. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and if we were fully rested, we would actually be under our carrying weight for for just for a change. Okay, once again, we wake up before dawn because apparently Astrid is an early riser, which is a fine thing to be, as a human. Although in this game it is again a bit annoying in that the lack of light does leave you unable to do many things. Of course, so does like the constant blizzards outside. Let me just check our numbers here. We've been going for 23 days. How many blizzards have there been? 13. Okay. So not quite one a day, but yep, pretty close. Maybe one every, yeah, better than one every other day. Okay, we don't need to be lugging that around. I feel pretty certain. Those are actually arrow shafts. We definitely don't need to be carrying those around. Oh yeah, we got three. Yeah, we have a. I was starting to wonder if we had lantern fuel. Yes, as it happens, we have an ample amount of lantern fuel. Those all look pretty well fine. We can leave those in there. Those are all good. We have drunk our teas down to little bitty teas. Okay, well, nope, 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 not what we wanted. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we'll go ahead real quick. We'll do what we should have done. The end of the previous day, and we'll go drop the tools and the arrow shafts back down at the workbench because there's really no reason to carry those around. And hey, Carbinator, good to see you, and thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you this fine, lovely day? I appreciate everyone coming over from the Daltalverse and putting up with this slightly below average gaming. Wow, 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 that was a door? Okay. Okay, actually, no. It sounded nasty out here. It's actually, I mean, the visibility is crap and the sun isn't up and it is snowing, but by the standards of this region, weather's not bad. So here's what we're going to do. Nope, 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 not yet. Not yet.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. It's like the wind is coming in right into our face. So what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can duck behind the building. Maybe get some shelter from the wind. There we are. We'll kick up that rabbit, and we'll make a little bit more water too, because we are getting slightly low on that. Oh, popsicles. We yeah, Actually, should have went and got some firewood. Um. Okay, hang on. Here we'll do. The meat will go there. Okay, none of those are things we can deal with, but I think I saw... Were there pallets somewhere around here? There might have been pallets. Yep, there's pallets right there. And right there. Okay, let's see if it's light enough out that the game will let us take care of that. Yep, okay, lovely. There we are. There's some sun up. And actually, I didn't even need to do that. There were a bunch of crates right here. Okay, actually, I am curious. Every so often, the game will hide things under crates like these. Is there something hiding under there? Let's find out. And the answer is no. Well, shucks. We are also no longer protected from the wind. So we can take that juicy, juicy looking rabbit meat, and we'll just haul it back to the other side of the building. Because Hinterland did redo the art. What was that, Astrid? You weren't even running. All right. Anyway, yeah, Hinterland redid the art for the meat. Making it look more lifelike might be generous. They definitely made it look more like it would look if it is in the condition. Go ahead and use that. Like if you find meat in whatever, like
perfect
15-20% condition. Hey, finally, fire starting too. Now the meat that you find will definitely look like it is only like 20 or 30% condition. Okay, we'll go ahead and use the cooking pot for that. That should be protected for now. And we'll just... Oh, wow. How much is that? Ooh, 27 whole calories of rabbit. You know, don't pace yourself there, Astrid. Woohoo. Although, I mean, okay. I joke. Although, that 27, that thing wouldn't even count as a rabbit slider. That does get us a full cooking skill up, the same as a full-size piece of meat would, because according to the game, it just matters how many times you do the action, not like the amount of action you do per incident. So, hey, who am I to complain? And there we are, cooking 3. Let me just remind myself what cooking 3 does for us. So more calories per cooked food item. Cooking times reduced by 10%, also handy. And you can smash open cans without losing any calories. Now, I'm not sure how that would work outside the video game, but you know what? We're not outside the video game, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's got another 27 minutes to go. So we'll finish up the last of that rabbit. It actually looks like the water will finish first, but that's fine. Excellent. How much does that leave us with? 2 liters. You know what? Yeah, we still have an hour of fire. Let's make use of it. Let's make 1 liter there. There you go. And weather now, not terrible. Although, again, I've said that previously, and then the weather quickly turned terrible. So maybe I should just shut up. There we go. Ooh,
Not sure
and it
I
was
can
just
carry much more.
in time for the weather to change and blow out our fire. It's almost like this game has ears, and it knows when you're saying nice things about it. All right, so it's just before noon, so we still have time left in the day. So let's pop in here real quick. Yeah, we don't need to take all that water with us. Yeah, that'll do. We'll leave some crackers. We have 2 cattails. We'll make another withdrawal from the Banco cattails. So we got a few torches. I'll go and harvest that. No real reason to carry around an 8% torch. Got plenty of arrows. We got arrows, we have the revolver, and we have the flare pistol. The revolver for wolves and smaller. Actually, no, basically like the flare pistol is for big game, and the arrows can be for either. So like 42 calories of rabbit. Can we finish that? I would like to finish that. Yeah, if only so we can make sure we have no stank on us as we go out. Because we've cleared the immediate area of bun buns. Oh yeah, let me grab that fire log. Just put that in plain sight, if by chance we ever need that. Okay, that's manageable. Let's see if those wolves are in the area too. Because we could also do with bringing a couple of those down, and then let's remind myself. Okay, yeah, we need 4 wolfskin pelts to make the wolfskin coat. Right now we have 1. So, maybe a little wolf coal is in order. Now, previously, there were 2 wolves out here, not far from where the bun buns are frolicking. Yeah. Yes, you see the Bun-Buns are over there. The wolves were just off of this side, but they no longer seem to be around, and I'm not quite sure why. So before we deal with those Bun-Buns, let's just go do a quick sweep of the neighborhood. Make sure no one's gonna try to jump in and either take our kill or try to jump on us. Okay, nothing out there. We didn't encounter any wolves coming back this way, so I think the coast to be clear. What do we have? I think we got the one there, and I think there's another Bun-Bun running around somewhere. Yep, there we go. Just coming up the hill. Good grief. Old Astrid appears to be much better at hitting a moving target than a stationary target. Which is it's a curious turn of events, I have to say. Come on, there you go. There you are. Yeah, okay, I see you. I see you stopping and starting, juking and jiving. Oh, so you're going to charge me, are you? How's that going to work out for you? Ah. All right, stop, stop, stop. Go get your arrows. I shouldn't have to keep reminding myself of this, but I do. Ooh, cattails. No, no, focus, focus, focus. Yeah, we did search that. Oh, there's a backpack in there. Hinterland does like to hide things in the darkest spots. Yep, hadn't even searched that.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
And we got some accelerant back. Okay. But you know what? It's the principle of the thing. Come over that hill if you would, please. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Now with our bloodlust sated, now we can sate our lust for cattails. And we'll also keep a torch out just in case. Have not seen signs of any wolfy activity in the area, but that doesn't mean they're not there. And if it seems like I'm being neurotic about collecting cattails, well, it's because I am. You know, I'm not saying like they're a game-breaking type of thing, you know, or they're like a key element of survival. Although in higher difficulties they absolutely are, because like the processed kind of foods you find are much scarcer. So you either need to find plants in nature or you need to hunt. And on Interloper, you don't start with any weapon. You can't. There are no guns of any kind unless you fiddle with some custom settings. You don't even have any tools, so you have to find a forge and make them as soon as possible. So you have to live off the land essentially. And the easiest way to do that is to find cattails. Because it says there, tough, not very filling, but edible. But it's 100. They give you 150 calories each. They don't weigh that much, and you get some free tinder when you collect them as well. And if you're starting from fire starting one, you're probably going to need all that tinder because early game your fire starting will be butts. And the thing that makes cattails the closest to overpowered as possible is that basically, unlike almost every other food source, they do not lose condition at all. They will always be at 100% condition. So you can leave them out as long as you like. Okay, seriously? What am I hitting? And naturally, another blizzard comes along and is going to ruin my cattail picking. All right, fine. We'll go back indoors. The game's just so rude sometimes, really. But we did also, leave ourselves a path to work our way back because we've been leaving the cattail heads behind. Then those are the free tinder. So you will know us by the path of dropped cattail heads. Not that we wandered off all that far, really. We've just been collecting cattails here on the riverbed, and the cabin.
Sure getting cold.
Is not too far from here. I forget what kind of strange name the hunting I gave, like the quartermaster's hideaway or some such thing. And they do seem to find like the strangest combinations that make these things sound, both bleak and epic.
Wait, I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
You're just fine, Astrid. Just squeeze those cheeks and we will get you indoors before very long at all. Yeah, so if we just go back up here and keep those rocks on our right, we will get back to the shed there for too long. And it's a good thing we got, yeah, there we go. And it's good that we picked up all those cattails because we might have to ride out yet another blizzard. Okay, so Cargo Master's trailer. Maybe not quite as epic as I as I made it out to be. You can go and put that away. Is that? Oh yeah, that's the revolver we left behind. That's fine. Antiseptic? Yeah, just leave that. There we go. That's the old hypothermia risk taken care of. Newsprint? No, thank you. Oh, a snare. Now, I laughed. That could have saved us a lot of effort. But one, there's no snaring XP. And, you know, you basically have to you have to set a snare and then just walk away for a while. Which isn't nearly as satisfying as actually doing the hunting yourself. Now, there is a feat that you can get. Here, go ahead and take care of these while we're here. So they can start the process of curing and whatnot. Yeah, there is a feat. I think if you trap 100 rabbits across all saves, I think you complete the feat, and then if you enable it for a run, like your snares are like twice as efficient. I think is how the description goes. And I will say, in all my hours of playing the Long Dark, I have snared precisely one rabbit. And I don't know why, but that's just really funny to me because the game gives you a counter. It shows you your progress on feats, and there's just something that tickles me to see that 1 out of 100 that remains there all this time later. So, yeah, I might just actually can I
You can use this.
harvest it? Oh, I can harvest it for 1 piece of reclaimed wood. Okay, no, that's silly. But yeah, again, it's like that's me. You know, I find the strangest things to be amusing. Okay, well, we definitely need to hydrate Astrid here. Good thing we made all that water in the morning, because it's gonna be pretty hard to make it now. Should we get Astrid back to full? Yeah, why don't we do that? Actually, no, we can hold off. We don't want to eat all the way through there. What else can we do to use this time wisely? Well, we can sharpen that back up. We've been, the knife's been getting a good workout. with all the gutting and the harvesting we've been doing. So where is our... Yeah, we are very... All this is getting us very close to carcass harvesting 2. Yeah, we haven't used the rifle at all because we really haven't needed to. We haven't been able to ice fish, although we can't. We have fishing tackle, and there are fishing huts out there, but there's food aplenty, so we really don't need to. And gunsmithing, which is just, there's no reason for us to even touch that because I mean, there's no. The closest ammo bench is in Bleak Inlet, and we're definitely not going there. Because like the last time we went to Bleak Inlet was triumphant. We did. I did finally bring down a moose for the first time in all my hours of playing Long Dark. But then the run ended soon after because it was in Bleak Inlet, and Bleak Inlet means Timbies. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, that got dark all of a sudden. Let's just check. It certainly sounds like a blizzard still out there. And that's because it is. Well, okay, hang on. Let's just check. Okay, can we get on the back side of this? Alright, fine. We'll take the long way around. Are we protected from the wind back here? Yes. Okay, awesome. So tell you what we can do. Because we are assured of no wildlife being out and about by virtue of the weather, what we can do, we can make a fire right here and cook up that rabbit meat. Now, could the wind shift on us and ruin our day? Well, always. That's always a possibility. But if that happens, we just run quick like a bunny around to the other side of the building and start a fire there. And yes, I do use the phrase quick like a bunny advisedly. Okay, 30. Okay, that's a little smaller than the other one. But that's fine. Okay, yeah, see, there we go. Now it's coming at us from this side. I don't suppose we can nurse this fire at all, can we? Nope. Okay. Pick that up. Pick that up. Grab a torch. We'll see if we can keep it lit off of here. And we cannot. Are you protected from the wind? Yes. Okay. So, take 2. Oh, hang on. Grab. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. Now we do the thing.
on, little fire.
Now, the sharp-eyed among you might notice this is
Oh, yeah.
in non-video game world. This would be a real bad idea. See if you can spot why. Could it have something to do with, I don't know, starting an open flame next to a propane canister? What could go wrong there? 733. So we need to stoke that just a wee bit. But fortunately for us, the good people at Hinterland haven't really taken that into consideration. Or the propane can is just empty, which is equally possible. Nope. Yeah, I guess in this I am fortunate that the Long Dark is not the kind of game that lends itself to large explosions. There are like a mine collapse or no avalanche as far as I know. Yep. There's only one explosion of note that comes to mind, and that's in story mode. Not going to say where or when, but it is in there and in the canon. So it's not completely explosion free. It's only largely explosion free, and the weather shifted again. First it was coming from this way, and we hid back here. Then it was coming from that way, so we hid over here. Now it's coming from this way, so we would have to hide. Oh, there's not even any charcoal because it burned out. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So if we would have to put it over here, and there's really, I mean, unless we stuck it in here, and even then, I don't know that it would necessarily be safe from the weather. Well, bother. Although it is it's the middle of the night and it is snowing, but I think the official blizzard is over. Now it's just your bog standard crappy weather. Oh, for Pete's sake! Is it the stupid? Is the stupid? Well, okay, no, it's wait, no, it's not the fog. Oh, it's an aurora. Nice. Yeah, for those the people, the Dauntless Universe folks who came in, this is the aurora I was warning about earlier. This is what supercharges the predators and fries the electronics, and generally led to the collapse of modern civilization. So it looks super cool. Also very dangerous with what it does to the predators, and it also, if there are any, say, electrical wires that happen to be about, and let's say you happen to step on those while you're out and about, turns out it can really mess you up. Again, ask me how I know. Okay. Well, I think I think we just caught the tail end of that aurora, which is actually fine. That's the way to do it. You know, you hear the electronics pop on. You stick your head out the door. You say, "Ooh, pretty." Take a couple screenshots, and then run right back inside. It is still not very light out, unfortunately. Um, but it might be light enough out to where we can. Nope, it's not. It is not, in fact, light enough out. So we'll play a quick round of solitaire. There we go. Now it's light enough out. Oh, pancakes. All right. Well, so we went from a blizzard to an aurora. Now we got the dang electrostatic fog. This is one of the atmospheric effects that is unique to this region, unfortunately. As you know, probably fortunately. You know, some people dig it. Um, Visually, it looks interesting,
Yeah.
but
Looks like I survived another night.
it's also supremely annoying because one, the visibility goes to absolute crap, but there's also the insomnia affliction that we saw earlier that just makes sleeping a massive pain. It can. It's not guaranteed to interrupt your sleep, but it is. It's enough of a chance to where, especially if you have an affliction that requires you to sleep it off, it can really ruin your day. Ooh, there's a. Actually, I think
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
you're not going to carry it at all. I just wanted you to move it down on the snow so I can remember it's there. And the annoying bit is, there's really nothing you can do about the electrostatic fog. As long as you're above ground, it's going to give you insomnia eventually. To my knowledge, this right here is the only place you can go in the region and send and avoid. Yeah, there you go. See the insomnia risk tick down from 13% to 12%. And it says avoid the glimmer fog. How? How are you meant to avoid the glimmer fog or find an underground location to lower the risk? Okay, the latter you can do. How are you meant to do the former? I have no idea. Anyway, oh right. Oh bother. Okay, no, I can actually. Let me not rely on my memory. Okay, that was. Oh gosh, what was it? That was two rabbit hides, two guts. There. I'll write it down so I don't have to remember it. It's fine in any case. They're curing. And we have one arrowhead with us, so then we can take this. and make an arrow to replace the one that gave its life in the pursuit of bun buns. Awesome. Put those back. Okay, the birch saplings are cured. Lovely. Those are still curing. Those are cured, but we don't have much use for them at the moment. There's no sense making another bow. We already have 2. Oh, hey, that's another thing we can do while we're down here. Requires a hacksaw. But did I leave a hacksaw in here? I did not. Okay. So here's what we're going to do instead. Super duper quick like. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to grab one of the hacksaws we left up there. I'm pretty sure we left 2. We'll take one down there and we'll use that to carve up some of those. There. Oh yeah, we had both. Here, we'll take the slightly less good one. Yeah. So we'll take this hacksaw. We'll go back down to the workshop, and we'll use it to create some more pieces of scrap metal that will eventually turn into arrowheads. Because if we're going to do this, have this be any kind of long-term save, that's where we're going to want to have a stash of arrowheads ready. Because like crow feathers will replace themselves over time. You know, they'll drop on corpses, human and animal. And we'll find more birch saplings. But we are going to want to have arrowheads at the ready. Can we take that down? We can. Hour and a half for 4 pieces of scrap metal. That's actually not bad. There we go. And the insomnia risk has gone away again. Actually, let me not even do that. Let me take all of those, and we'll just drop all the scrap metal off. Yeah, these are safe. This is safe. We have been through here previously. And there's plenty of wood to break down, too. The chair... Oh, wow, 2.5 hours? That is not a good return on your time investment. Again, there's lots of reclaimed wood to be had, so that's encouraging. So we will be able to make a pretty decent fire once the time comes. That was actually all I think that was all the scrap metal we could. Well, I guess short of like breaking down one of the shelving units. Yeah, 3 hours for 8 metal. I'm gonna say no. I don't think we're in that dire of straits. Take those. Actually, let's yeah, we'll bring them all over here. Because if I remember, yeah, 1 piece of scrap metal will get us 2 arrowheads. So that's 26 arrowheads worth of scrap metal sitting there, which is plenty. Because that would also require another 26 arrow shafts, and 26 is 52, 52 and 26. It would require 78 crow feathers, which, even how often you find those out in the world, that's still a lot. So maybe we don't. right now. Oh wow, it's actually a quarter to one. Um, Actually, this is perfect. So here's what we'll do. We will we will feed and water our Astrid. We'll put her to bed, and then we'll put the stream to bed. Because before long, I'll need to put myself to bed. There we go. That's fine. All right. Yeah, it's actually noon, so we don't want to have her sleep too long and then have her be awake overnight. But I think a nice little 3 hour nap. It might not go all the way through the electrostatic fog, but should get her nice and rested. Not quite fully rested, but that's fine. But it does give us a good save point. All right, friends. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Thanks to Will, and thanks to Daunt for coming through with that big old raid, and then all the beautiful people who came along with. Thanks to Kerwinator for the follow. Who else? Syntax came by, Jube came by, Jube followed as well, and Syntax followed. Good to see Lily, Mountain Ash Tree, some of our regulars here. John as well, and all you lurkers, I appreciate you as well. I know I say it every time, and I mean it. You are the people who help make the stream dream happen. You are under no obligations to jump into chat if you don't want to. Maybe some of you have me on background while you're out doing stuff, living your life, work, lurking. I don't know, building snow forts. Whatever it is you're doing this time of year. Regardless, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking in. But before we sign off, let's see who is out there that we can raid. Well, let's see. We got a whole mess of people out there. Let's see who's playing what. Kimiota's doing Long Dark. Perfect Trip doing Long Dark. Rand, AV, Waffle. Hey, Waffle Mouse is on. Let me check her real quick because I'm not sure when she went live. It's been a while since we've seen Mouse. Okay, yeah, she's only been on for 30 minutes. There we go. Absolutely, Mountain Ash Tree, my pleasure. But I tell you what, let's go raid up Waffle Mouse. She is another fantastic long dark streamer. I think she came by on a raid a few days ago, and she is an absolute hoot to hang out with. So let's go swing by her place. If you folks can stick around through the raid, I would greatly appreciate it. And then once we land, if you want to go run off somewhere else, by all means feel free. I'm not your dad. But thanks again to all of you, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Maybe some long dark, maybe more potion craft. Maybe I'll try something else. Who knows? You'll just have to come here and find out, won't you? So, thanks so much, folks. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.